All right, the Cleveland Browns get a free agent that everybody else wanted, and we're going to break this guy down, look at some film, and it's like, what are we doing here? This is a steal that really changes your entire team, and can't wait to talk about it. If you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans, but this channel is fully dedicated to teams that just kind of get overlooked and not appreciated by like the national media, the Lions, Browns. We've been in the same boat for a long time, and so Lions are doing some things lately, and the Browns I just had some tough breaks, quarterback situation. Anyway, I don't think you're as far off as everyone else, but you're right there. Okay. The guy I'm talking about that you signed this free agent cycle was Tevin Jenkins from the Bears. And here's who else was going after him. So Cincinnati Bengals were the kind of the early suitors that wanted, and this article's coming out now that he was really highly sought after. We knew this, but now we know the teams. Cincinnati Bengals, Seattle Seahawks. They had a meeting with Jenkins and were considered a top free agent, and they considered him a top free agency target, especially after missing out on some of the other premium guards. The New York Giants, reportedly to be in the chase to potentially boost their offensive line. They wanted Jenkins, especially because they thought possibly they could be getting Aaron Rodgers. We know that never panned out. But that was the article and the rumor. That whole thing was like, we got to make Aaron Rodgers happy. And the other one was Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. Houston Texans makes total sense because they struggled with the interior offensive line last year, and then also the Indianapolis Colts. So here's what I love. These basically three tweets right here are just perfect. In 23, and by the way, Tevin Jenkins coming from the Bears, who are just a train wreck the last couple of years. And I love when you get guys from bad teams because it's like they've got to be just feeling good about a change of scenery, new things going on. He was mismanaged, the whole thing with the Bears. So that alone right there is really exciting. But in 2023, 272 pass block snaps, 0 sacks allowed. And this is like Caleb Williams. You got Eberflus. This is a couple of years ago. Just like, what are we doing? The other one that I think is really interesting, biggest victim of prospect fatigue each draft. So what this means is you're so good, you're awesome, but you're just like, you're awesome by like your sophomore year. And so then you can't come out yet. So it just gives us more time to be critical of you and think, well, you know what? It's just like, because you were ready to go pro sophomore year. Tevin Jenkins, 2021. Then this one right here. Billy, this is Tevin Jenkins. He's 24. He's 6'6", 320 mauler with a 9.97 RAS. If you don't know what the RAS score is, that's your raw athletic score. The 10 is a perfect score. He's got one of the best all-time athletic scores we've ever seen. He's a former second-round pick who hasn't allowed pressure in 2 straight games, and he hasn't allowed a sack or a QB hit all season. This is last year. His only defect is he doesn't have great Wednesday practices. So, again, that's like that mismanaged, weird Chicago Bears thing. Teams wanted this guy. He chose the Cleveland Browns. You have more weapons. You have, let's just pull it up, is when you go to, and let me know in the comments your thoughts on this, because when we go to the Cleveland Browns depth chart, we can talk about quarterback all day. So let's just not, and let's just assume that you get some generally good quarterback play, just for fun, just to look at what you're looking at offensively and what it looks like. So, yeah, Joe Flacco, I think we would all just kind of say, fine. That's fine. Put him in there. Njoku, give us one more year. Like, come on. And then look at the depth and what you kind of have here at this offensive line. I mean, you even have like Zach Zinter, who is sitting here. Bonito. There's Jenkins. You've got depth on the interior. No one has interior offensive line depth. You have that. Wide receivers, running back. You get Judkins, Jerome Ford, splitting time there. Dylan Sampson. Let's go. So offensively, like, we've got some things that can kind of come together. Defensively, you don't screw around. You're just like, okay, Myles Garrett, here. You can agree or not with that, but at the end of the day, you have Myles Garrett. Nobody else does. Done. Your secondary, love it. Martin Emerson can make plays. Greg Newsome. When we talked about Martin Emerson just being this underrated guy last few years, Denzel Ward. I mean, what we see here is what we all want, and that is, wait a second. What if we get generally good quarterback play and we've got enough weapons, our offensive line's good, then you take that over to the schedule. And here's what's weird about the Cleveland Browns schedule. It's shockingly hard for being a last place schedule where you're like, well, that doesn't add up. But here's why. And just take a look at this, because these first 5 games, pretty nasty. Pretty nasty. You know you got a tough division, so it's like, okay, fine. Cincinnati, Baltimore, Green Bay, Detroit. I mean, dang. And then Minnesota. Like, oh my gosh. So yeah, you're crossing with the NFC North this year, which that's a bummer because they're the best, one of the best. I don't know. Let's call them the best division in football. And now it's like, oh shoot. So we got every team there is just going to be tricky. So fine. Through week 5's tough. But then you hit this stretch where it's like, all right, let's really find out. I don't think you find out things in this first 5 weeks. I mean, you do. If you can win some, whatever. But I think the more that you find out is week 6 through week 15, where you've got manageable games like Pittsburgh, Miami, New England. If you have any thoughts of playoffs or anything like that, like, okay, those are 3 wins. Has to be. Jets, new coach, new quarterback, has to be a win. Baltimore, fine, that's whatever. Vegas, San Francisco, Tennessee, Chicago. So there's a stretch, a manageable stretch in the middle of the schedule where, hey, if we don't win those, then okay, well, then we weren't going to be a playoff team anyway, and we thought we were, and we were not. But if we are, those are the ones that we win. If this comes together, right? Things have to come together for the Browns, and I don't like being in that position going into the season. Been there many times as a Lions fan. It's like, well, you know what? If this guy does this, that's tough, but it's definitely not out of the question. Things come together. Offensive line's good, and the next thing you know, the Cleveland Browns are in the playoffs. I mean, really, I don't look at this as a train wreck, or like the Vegas Raiders last year were just no coach, no quarterback, no weapons. Like, that's not going to work. Browns are in really good shape. They're building something. Like, things are just, let's just get this quarterback thing figured out, and we'll get it going. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next one.